you. I'm sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I will start again. Grand Rising, my beautiful kings and queens. It's your girl Mel B live on Lux Radio Network. And it's Feature Friday, December 5th, TGIF. So let's kick off this Friday with gratitude, good vibes, and a good amount of shopping energy. It's that shopping season. All right, on to our affirmation of the day. It is, I am a spotlight of possibility, and my story inspires change. This affirmation reminds us that each person is a living example of resilience and creativity. Our word of the day is unabashed, meaning not embarrassed about openly sharing strong feelings or opinions. Unabashed, speak boldly without apologizing. Our phrase origin of the day is the phrase the writing on the wall from the biblical book of Daniel, where mysterious writings foretold a kingdom's fall. The writing on the wall means the signs are clear. Change is coming. All right, on to our headline news. New York. Instacart sues New York City over new worker pay laws. The company challenges new municipal regulations mandating a minimum pay rate for app-based delivery workers. Also, F&M subway lines swap routes starting Monday. What you need to know. Major adjustments to subway service are set to impact daily commutes for thousands of riders. And Long Island med student has kidney saved thanks to in-class ultrasound. A student. Santa Monica shuts down sober living home, and neighbors fear it could reopen. Authorities have closed a residential facility, sparking community debate over its potential return. Small businesses in the Pacific Palisades thankful for Shop Small Saturday. Local realtors reported a successful holiday shopping event, highlighting community support for all small entrepreneurs. And Paul Walker fans visit Santa Clarita Memorial 12 years after Fast and Furious' star's death. Fans commemorated the anniversary of the actor's passing at a makeshift memorial site. Chicago. Condo owner forced to sell after association fails to reimburse him for a leaky roof. A homeowner is facing foreclosure due to an unresolved financial dispute with their condo association over repair costs. Illinois judge footnote on ICE agents using AI raises concern. A judicial note in a case has sparked a discussion about the use of artificial intelligence by immigration enforcement officials. And the U.S. stops minting pennies. What could it mean for shoppers and realtors? The federal decision to halt production of the 1-cent coin is prompting questions about the impact on commerce and transactions. Atlanta. More than a dozen Atlanta school buildings to close, others expanding. The Atlanta Public Schools Board has announced significant closures and reconstruction plans for several facilities. Centennial Yards, latest project transforming downtown Atlanta, makes progress. Development continues on the massive misuse project aimed at revitalizing the downtown area. An Emory study confirms how telehealth is key to HIV prevention. Research from the Emory University highlights the crucial role of remote healthcare in managing and preventing HIV transmission. Houston. These new Texas laws go into effect in December and January. I don't have the whole list, but it's a summary of upcoming legislative changes that will affect residents across the state. One of Metro Atlanta's largest landlords ordered to pay $23 million in restitution. This national story impacts many Houston area renters, but a more Houston specific headline is these new Texas laws go in effect in December. Social Security December payment schedule. Information detailing the distribution dates for Social Security benefits this month are on the Social Security website. I don't know why they keep saying that they're the distributions. It's something dealing with in December you get your regular payment, but then they're also going to give you like a half a payment in January. I haven't for January, and I haven't got fact checked on that. I keep saying it, but I'm guessing it's true. So I guess be looking out for your regular payment, but also you'll get half of January's. Why that is, I'm still trying to find that out for you. All right, Washington, D.C. Oh, Mr. President Trump and First Lady light the national Christmas tree. SCOTUS will allow Texas to use redrawn congressional map for 2026. The Supreme Court issued a decision regarding the controversial electoral map in Texas. Why all this revamping stuff anyway? Survey reveals who's getting tips for the holidays and how much. Insights into holiday tipping habits and expected amounts for various social service workers are on the chopping block. And give people tips. You eat out, give a tip. It's the holidays. All right, Miami. Demolition underway for South Florida strip mall 6 months after explosion. Work has begun to tear down the property heavily damaged by a propane blast earlier this year. And Governor DeSantis orders flags at half staff for former Miami-Dade County Representative Bruce Hoffman. And also, Miami man provided unlicensed Botox injections, Sheriff Office says. An individual is accused of illegally administering cosmetic procedures without proper credentials. Tampa, 40,000 rubber flamingos to float downriver to help raise money for sick children. A charity event is taking place to fundraise the local cause. New Florida law bans anything blocking, altering license plates, including frames, covers, and clear shields. Why? They still can be observed. I didn't understand that one either. But let people have their frames, the lighted ones, the clear ones, and everything. I mean, I think it looks nice on a car. I mean, it's not obstructing, any numbers or anything. So, shoot, just let us have something. Also, attorney for now fired Tampa Code Enforcement Director just gives justification for lottery cash-in. So the former official's legal representative is offering an explanation for a financial transaction under investigation. Tarpon Springs, good morning, Dad. Community rallies for family after mom of 5 passes away in a fire pit accident. Rest in peace. Family and friends tribute to the respectful local figure known for her community contributions. Popular Tarpon Springs Seafood Festival attracts thousands of people each year, and this year was the largest crowd the city has seen. Milwaukee, Carroll College student earns national scholarship, hopes to take over family restaurant. A local university student has received a prestigious award while planning for a future in the family business. Wisconsin risks losing SNAP administrative funds, and what to find out. Concerns are rising over potential federal funds being cut for the SNAP program in the state. Boy, they always messing with people's salvation. What? Can jails hold immigrants for ICE? Wisconsin Supreme Court will decide. A significant legal case is before the state's highest court regarding the cooperation of local jails with federal immigration authorities. I like to see how that turns out. Jackson, Mississippi. 20 years after Katrina, Mississippi town still waits for FEMA funding to rebuild. A report on the decades-long delay in receiving federal disaster relief funds for a city damaged by Hurricane Katrina. 70 years since Emmett Till's death marked with train from Chicago to Mississippi. Events including a symbolic train journey honor the anniversary of a key moment in the civil rights movement. All right, Vancouver. Better safeguards needed for secondary ticket sales ahead of FIFA. A government official is calling for increased consumer protection in the resale of event tickets, particularly with the upcoming global soccer tournament. Construction makes frustrating commute for some Maryhill bypass drivers. With the ongoing infrastructure project, it's causing significant delays for local consumers. And Horgan to miss meeting of Canadian premiers. A high-profile provincial leader will not attend a key political gathering of Canadian provincial and territorial heads of government. Toronto. Toronto proposes 20 kilometers of new bike lanes for city's East End. Also, how Toronto could build more than 20 kilometers of new bike lanes despite restrictions. Discussion on the innovative ways the city plans to bypass higher level government limitations on bike lane construction. It's needed. Townhome owners stuck footing $2 million bill after stormwater system at new building complex collapse. Residents of a new housing development are facing massive unexpected costs due to the collapse. Bless up, Jamaica. Kingston, Dominican Republic ready to take on Jamaica's tourism after Melissa. A neighboring country is positioned to capitalize on tourists potentially diverting from Jamaica following the effects of the recent hurricane. Developing nations push for climate action and debt relief at the G20 summit in South Africa, and emergency charters to help as many as 8,000 Britons in Jamaica. Montego Bay. Some areas, such as Black River and Montego Bay, are in various stages of recovery from Melissa. An update on the ongoing reconstruction and restoration of services in the major tourist area after the storm is upcoming. Consider rescheduling planned travel to Jamaica at this time. Travel advisory issued due to ongoing disruptions due to transportation, services, and accommodation availability. Fewer hotels and transportation options may be available. Ocho Rios. Avoid non-essential travel to Western parishes due to extensive damage caused by Hurricane Melissa. Significant disruptions to essential services include transportation, power, water, and medical care. And violent crime has decreased in recent years, but is still an issue in large cities. Negril. From Negril to Treasure Beach in Jamaica, a general feature story highlighting the different cultural and travel experiences available across the island. U.S. news, politics, and world news often focus on broader national and international topics due to the limited local non-crime and non-weather news. Behind the headlines on the ground, reporting formats used for in-depth coverage related to the area have all been less these days after the hurricane. And it's like, why? That's what we all want to hear. We all want to know about the recovery efforts and what's going on over there, because a lot of people still want to go and visit, vacation, or go help, so keep us informed. All right, Cayman Islands, aborted private plane flight forces temporary Brock Airport to close. An aviation incident required the temporary shutdown of the Charles Kirkconnell International Airport on Cayman Brock. Also, same-sex marriage appeal set to begin Wednesday. A key legal challenge regarding marriage equality is scheduled to be heard. And Cayman 27 to sign off Friday. News about the closure or cessation of operations for a local media outlet. Bahamas. Former football star and Georgia Senate candidate confirmed to serve as U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas. Also, more than 3 months after Hurricane Dorian hit the Bahamas, thousands of people are still homeless. And a CB News investigation uncovers a possible pay-for-play scheme involving President Trump's ambassador nominee. Anything dealing with that man is just always something. All right, Nigeria. Nigerian economic growth drops by 25.25% in the third quarter. A financial report on the country's recent economic performance and slowdown will be given by CBN governor. G20 summit, Nigeria demands equity in global mineral trade, AI, and AI governance. And strengthening Nigeria's HIV response amid global funding is uncertain. All right, Ghana. Ghana unveils $3.4 billion plan to become a continental leader in renewable energy. Ghana's mineral royalties jump in 2025 as prices outpace production deadlines. A report on the financial benefits realized from the country's mining sector due to commodity pricing. And the government is set to operationalize fiscal council in 2026. All right, on to our weather. I'm just going to say it's just cold everywhere. In summary, New York, it says mostly cloudy, high near 47, low around 39. Breezy with scattered showers possible. Los Angeles, sunny skies, high near 68, low around 52, dry and mild. Chicago, cloudy with light snow showers, high near 36, low around 28. Atlanta, partly sunny, high near 58, low around 44, cool but dry. Houston, mostly sunny, high near 66, low around 52. Washington, D.C., cloudy with scattered showers, high around 49, low around 40. Miami, mostly sunny, high near 81, low around 72, humid but pleasant. Tampa, partly sunny, high near 78, low around 68, slight chance of showers. Tarpon Springs, similar again to Tampa, partly sunny, high near 77, low around 67. Milwaukee, cloudy with snow flurries, high near 34, low around 26. Jackson, Mississippi, mostly sunny, high near 62, low around 40, mild and dry. Vancouver, rain showers, high near 46, low around 39, typical coastal dryness. Toronto, cloudy with light rain, snow mix, high near 39, low around 31. Kingston, mostly sunny, high near 86, low around 76, humid with a slight chance of showers. Montego Bay, mostly sunny, high near 86, low around 75, warm and humid. Ocho Rios, partly sunny, high near 86, low around 76, with a chance of showers. Negril, mostly sunny, high near 86, low around 76, and humid with a chance of showers. Cayman Islands, partly sunny, high near 84, low around 78. Bahamas, mostly sunny, high near 80, low around 70, dry with only a 1% chance of rain. Nigeria, high near 84, low of 80, humid with 87% chance of rain today. And Ghana, mostly sunny, high near 87, and low around 79. All right, on to our sports recap. And just to let my family know, I double checked and triple checked this score to make sure I did not get it wrong again. However, I'm sorry to report that the Lions beat the Cowboys 44-30. I checked NFL. That's what they said. That's what they said. I got it right. Okay, Dad. NBA final scores from yesterday. We have the Celtics over the Wizards. It was 146 to 101. 76ers over the Warriors 99-98. Jazz over the Nets 123 to 110. The Lakers over the Raptors 123 to 120. And the Timberwolves over the Pelicans 125 to 116. I know. I'm sorry the Cowboys lost. And NBA games tonight, we have a few. The Heat and the Magic will be at 7 p.m. Lakers and the Celtics at 7 p.m. Nuggets and the Hawks, 7:30 p.m. Spurs and the Cavaliers, 7:30 p.m. Trailblazers and the Pistons, 7:30 p.m. The Jazz and the Knicks, 7:30 p.m. The Hornets and the Raptors, 7:30 p.m. Pacers and the Bulls, 7:30 p.m. The Suns and the Rockets, 8 p.m. The Clippers and the Grizzlies, 8 p.m. The 76ers and the Bucks, 8 p.m. And the Mavericks and the Thunder, 8:30 p.m. All Eastern Standard Time on NBA League Plus. Except the Lakers and the Celtics will be on Prime. All right, on to our daily feature, which is the Feature Friday. And today I'm doing something called the DNA of food. So food is more than flavor. It's the DNA of who we are. It carries science, culture, and identity all at once. In 2025, researchers and innovators are showing us how decoding the DNA of food can transform health, sustainability, and community. So in science and health, scientists are mapping how specific nutrients impact long-term health. For example, studies show that increasing daily fiber intake by 10 grams can reduce heart disease risk by up to 20%. This is fueling innovations in functional foods, snacks enriched with probiotics and with plant proteins. AI-driven apps now analyze DNA and microbiome data to recommend diets tailored to each individual. This means food is becoming medicine in a literal sense. So sustainability and technology, clean labels. Consumers demand transparency. Companies are reformulating products to reduce salt, sugar, and additives while highlighting natural ingredients. So traceability, blockchain, and AI are being used to track food origins, ensuring safety and sustainability. From farm to fork, technology is making food systems more accountable. Alternative proteins, plant-based and lab-grown meats are expanding rapidly. By 2030, analysts predict alternative proteins could make up 25% of the global protein market. I don't know if I want to eat something. I know it's lab-grown meat. Lab-grown with what? I'm gonna have to do a spot on that. What does it mean, lab-grown? I have to understand what that means because I'm thinking something totally different. All right, culture and identity, heritage foods. While science pushes innovation, culture reminds us that food carries stories. Soul food, for example, is not just nourishment, it's history, resilience, and community. Global fusion, chefs worldwide are blending traditional recipes with modern science. Think turmeric lattes, kimchi probiotics, or African grains like fonio entering mainstream diets. Food as resistance. Communities use food to preserve identity, whether it's indigenous seed saving projects or Afro Caribbean recipes passed down through generations. Every bite we take is both science and story. It's the DNA of food. Science shows us how nutrients shape health, technology ensures transparency, and culture reminds us that food is identity. So in business, innovators are creating products that meet health needs while honoring cultural roots. In life, choosing foods that nourish both body and spirit connects us to a bigger story. So the DNA of food reminds us that what we eat is more than fuel, it's the blueprint of our future. All right, on to our book club where we are reading the 18 Laws of Human Nature. And today's law is the law of compulsive behavior. Determine the strength of character. Green explains that people are often trapped in repetitive patterns of behavior, compulsions that shape their lives. These patterns come from deep-rooted emotional experiences, often formed early, and they drive actions unconsciously. Some compulsions lead to success, discipline, persistence, while others create cycles of failure, self-sabotage, and destructive habits. The lesson is to recognize these patterns in yourself and others. By observing how someone reacts under pressure or in repeated situations, you can predict their future behavior. Truth, True strength of character comes from breaking destructive cycles and continuously shaping new ones. So in business, hiring, and partnerships, look for consistency in people's actions. Past patterns are the best predictor of future behavior. In leadership, recognize your own compulsions, like micromanaging or avoiding conflict, and work to break them. And strategy, spot competitors' compulsions. If they always overextend or react defensively, you can anticipate their next move. And in daily life, in relationships, notice reoccurring conflicts. Are they rooted in the same pattern, like avoidance, jealousy, or defensiveness? Naming the cycle helps break it. In personal growth, journaling or reflection can reveal compulsions. Once identified, you can replace destructive habits with constructive ones. And resilience. Strength of character is built by continuously choosing new responses rather than repeating old ones. So the law of compulsive behavior reminds us that patterns shape identity. Patterns shape destiny. Break the destructive ones and you reclaim your future. All right, our cause of the day is Adopt a Family campaigns. Today we spotlight Adopt a Family campaigns, holiday programs that connect donors with families in need. These initiatives provide gifts, meals, and essentials to households facing poverty, illness, or crisis, ensuring that no child or parent feels forgotten during the season of giving. So facts, in the US, over 11 million children live in poverty, many without access to holiday gifts or nutritious meals. Adoptive family programs run by organizations like Human Options and the Child and Family Center matches donors with families to deliver personalized support. Beyond material beyond material aid, these campaigns restore dignity and bring emotional relief to families under stress. Um, these families' crises look like financial hardship, leading to food insecurity and the lack of basic necessities, emotional stress and anxiety, especially for children during the holidays, and isolation for families experiencing domestic violence, illness, or unemployment. So prevention is um, look up these programs in community support networks, early intervention programs, and financial assistance reduce long-term hardship programs. Adoptive family campaigns provide immediate relief, gifts, meals, clothing, and emotional encouragement, helping families be seen and supported during the holidays. If you like more information and resources on adoptive family online, you can look up Human Options Adoptive Family 2025. There's also Child and Family Center Adoptive Family Program, and also the National Council for Adoption. Adoptive family campaigns remind us that the generosity is more than charity. It's a community, compassion, and hope delivered right at the doorstep of families in need. All right, on to today in history. First up, for December 5th, we have the end of prohibition in the US in 1933. On December 5th, 1933, the 21st Amendment to the US Constitution was ratified. The act repealed the 18th Amendment, which had established the nationwide prohibition on the manufacture, transportation, and sale of alcoholic beverages nearly 14 years earlier. Utah was the 36th state to ratify the amendment, securing its passage and officially ending the Prohibition era, leading to widespread celebration across the United States. In 1971, we have the death of Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart, one of the world's most influential and prolific composers. Mozart died on December 5th, 1791, in Vienna, Austria, at the young age of 35. His death remains shrouded in some mystery and legend, though the official cause was severe rheumatic fever. During this short life, he composed over 600 works, including symphonies, concertos, and operas, which cemented his legacy as one of the greatest masters of the classical musical era. And in 1945, on December 5th, a U.S. Navy squadron known as Flight 19, consisting of 5 Avenger torpedo bombers and carrying 14 men, vanished without a trace during a routine training mission off the coast of Florida. Lost communications and navigational errors were reported before the plane's disappearance. A search plane sent to locate them also vanished. This incident is one of the most famous and unsettling disappearances associated with the region known as the Bermuda Triangle, and no wreckage was ever recovered. All right, on to African American history. This today was the start of the Montgomery bus boycott. On December 5th, 1955, 4 days after Rosa Parks was arrested for refusing to give up her seat, the African American community of Montgomery, Alabama, began a massive organized boycott of the city's bus system. This action was spearheaded by the Montgomery Improvement Association, or MIA, which elected the young, relatively unknown Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. as its leader. The boycott was a demonstration of extraordinary nonviolent resistance and collective action, lasting 381 days until bus segregation was ruled unconstitutional by the Supreme Court in December of 1956. This event is widely regarded as the true beginning of the modern civil rights movement. Also, we have founding of the National Council of Negro Women. On December 5th, in 1935, influential educator and civil rights champion Mary McLeod Bethune founded the National Council of Negro Women in New York City. The organization's mission was to advance the opportunities and improve the quality of life for African American women, their families, and their communities. Bethune, who also founded Bethune-Cookman University and served as an advisor to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, created the NCNW to unite the strengths unite the strength of various Black women's organizations into a single, powerful national voice dedicated to advocacy and service. And also, we have today was the birth of Little Richard. On December 5th, 1932, Richard Wayne Penniman, better known as Little Richard, was born in Macon, Georgia. Little Richard became one of the fundamental figures of African American music and a true pioneer of rock and roll. His distinctive, flamboyant stage presence, powerful vocals, and energetic piano playing, as heard on his hits like Tutti Frutti and Long Tall Sally, shattered musical boundaries and heavily influenced generations of artists across all genres, Black and white, cementing his legacy as a revolutionary cultural figure. And on to our African American scientists and inventors. First up, we have Dr. Charles R. Drew. He was a surgeon and medical researcher. Dr. Drew was a pioneering medical scientist whose groundbreaking research revolutionized the storage of blood plasma. He developed the technique for blood banking, separating and storing plasma, the liquid part of the blood, so that it could be transfused later, significantly extending the shelf life of whole blood. During World War II, his system became the model of the first American Red Cross blood bank. He tragically resigned his dictatorship after military leadership insisted on racially segregating blood donations, a policy Drew opposed on scientific and moral grounds. Next up, we have Katherine Johnson, a mathematician and computer scientist. Johnson was one of the hidden figures at NASA and its predecessor, NACA, whose mathematical computations, excuse me, were critical to the success of the U.S. space program. She was responsible for calculating the trajectories, launch windows, and emergency return paths for many missions, most famously verifying the electronic computer's calculations for John Glenn's orbit around Earth in 1962. Her work ensured the safety of the early astronauts and was fundamental to the success of the Apollo moon landing program. And last, we have Garrett Morgan, inventor and entrepreneur. Morgan was a prolific inventor who created two devices that dramatically improved public safety. Distributed by fire-related fatalities, he invented the safety hood, a canvas hood with tubes that hung near the ground to draw in cleaner air. This device served as the precursor to the modern-day gas mask. Later, after witnessing a serious collision, he designed and patented an improved three-position traffic signal that included a caution yellow light, which was a significant improvement over the two-position stop and go signals. All right, on to our Back to Roots segment where we spotlight African culture. And today we are spotlighting food. And one dish is jollof rice. So the origins and the history. Jollof rice traces back to the, I'm going to get this word right, Senegambino region, specifically the Wolof Empire. The name jollof comes from Wolof. It spread across West Africa through trade and migration, becoming a staple in countries like Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. Each region adapted the dish with local spices, proteins, and cooking methods, creating national variations that fuel the famous Jollof Wars between Ghana and Nigeria. So ingredients and preparation. So the core ingredients is rice, tomatoes, onions, peppers, and spices. And the variations are Nigerian jollof, which includes smoky flavor from cooking over firewood, often served with fried plantains and meat. And then we have Ghanaian jollof, Uses basami rice with a slighter, lighter texture and rich tomato base. And then we have the chinbujin, considered the ancestor of jollof, cooked with fish and vegetables. So cultural functions, they usually have these at family gatherings. Jollof is the centerpiece dish at weddings, birthdays, and holidays, symbolizing joy and abundance. Community identity, each country proudly claims the best jollof, turning the dish into a cultural badge of honor. And the diaspora connection, African immigrants worldwide cook jollof to preserve heritage and share culture with new communities. So the modern day influences, jollof rice has become a global ambassador of African cuisine, featured in food festivals, restaurants, and cooking competitions. Chefs in the diaspora fuse jollof with Caribbean and American flavors, creating new cultural blends, and social media amplifies the jollof wars, keeping the dish into the global conversation and spotlighting African culinary pride. So jollof rice teaches us that food is heritage. Every bite carries centuries of history, pride, and community celebration. All right, our fun fact, fact or fiction Friday. Today, we spotlight the Project Bluebeam conspiracy theory. Okay, so this is apparently one of the wildest conspiracy theories out there. So the backstory is first proposed in the 1990s by Canadian journalist Sergei Monast. Project Bluebeam claimed that global elites were planning to use advanced holograms to stage either an alien invasion or a divine appearance. The supposed goal? To unite humanity under a single world government. Over the years, the theories resurfaced whenever strange lights or unexplained aerial phenomena appeared in the sky. So, despite being debunked, Project Bluebeam continues to circulate online, especially during moments of public anxiety. In 2025, drone sightings in New Jersey and New York reignited chatter, with believers insisting it was proof of the plan. Experts, however, point out that these sightings were linked to ordinary drones and atmospheric conditions. So the verdict, is it fact or is it fiction? It's fiction. No credible evidence supports the existence of Project Bluebeam. It remains a conspiracy theory born from fear and imagination, not fact. So Project Bluebeam reminds us that mysteries in the sky often reveal more about human imagination than hidden agendas. All right, next up, what's the word? So this is something that I saw on TikTok, which I thought was weird at first, but they're actually kind of cute. It's the subject of the Labubu doll craze. So Labubu is a quirky little doll that's taking over social media. The ugly, cute Labubu doll from Pop Mart has exploded online after Blackpink's Lisa and other celebrities showcased it. TikTok's hashtag Labubu has racked up billions of views, with fans posting Labubu fit checks, dressing their dolls in designer outfits, and sharing them like fashion icons. The craze isn't just about toys, it's about culture. Labubu has become a collectible symbol of Gen Z humor and creativity, blending nostalgia with viral antics. The big mystery sparking conversation is Labubu, the beanie baby of Gen Z. So Labubu proves that sometimes the strangest trends become the sweetest exceptions. If you guys have ever seen these little dolls, some of them are cute, some of them look weird, but I guess it's like it says, it's the beanie babies for the next generation. All right, on to our tech tip of the day. 3D printing for creators. Today's tip is about turning imagination into reality because now you can print your ideas. The Flash Forge Adventurer 3M Pro is one of the newest 3D printers designed for creators and hobbyists. It offers faster printing speeds, quieter operation, and improved precision, making it easier than ever to produce prototypes, custom art, or even household tools right from your desk. With user-friendly software and safer design features, it's opening the doors for beginners and professionals alike to experiment with 3D creation. 3D printing has become more accessible, empowering individuals to transform digital designs into physical products. From classrooms to small businesses, this technology is revolutionizing how we innovate, prototype, and personalize everyday items. 3D printing proves that the future of creativity isn't just digital, it's tangible. Good morning, Ray. I remember when I first heard about 3D printing, it was because someone made a prototype of a firearm with one of these things. And I was like, well, that was ingenious. But I thought they were supposedly banning these things, but apparently not. They just keep improving on how to make them. So, which is going to give people more ideas on how to improve on making certain things that they probably should not be making. But that's just a thought. All right, on to our finance tip of the day, credit score savvy. Today's finance tip is all about your financial reputation because your credit score speaks louder than words. A credit score isn't just a number, it's the key to unlocking financial opportunities. Paying bills on time, keeping your credit utilization low, and avoid unnecessary inquiries are the three pillars of maintaining a strong score. Lenders use this number to decide whether you qualify for loans, credit cards, or even housing. Good credit score means lower interest rates, better approvals, and more financial flexibility. It's like having a VIP pass in the financial world. The stronger your score, the more doors open for you. So, credit score savvy proves that the smartest investment you can make is in your own financial trustworthiness. All right, our fun fact of the day is honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still edible. I don't know if I would have wanted to be the one that was going to test out that theory, but however, honey's longevity comes from its low moisture content and natural acidity, which prevent bacteria and mold from growing. It's a natural preservative that has stood the test of time. And our fun holiday of the day is that today is International Volunteer Day. A United Nations recognized day honoring volunteers worldwide. Established in 1985, this holiday emphasizes the role of volunteerism in building resilient communities. It's a reminder that giving time and skills can be impactful as financial donations. All right, our quote for December 20, blah, blah, our quote of the day for December 5th is, and I quote, "We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated," end quote. That quote, of course, was by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou is recognized globally for her wisdom, strength, and frank discussion of her own difficult life experiences, lending immense credibility and comfort to the message, to all her messages. Rest in peace, Queen. Music and entertainment segment. Tyler Perry Studios TV updates. The various popular television shows produced by Tyler Perry Studios remain a major topic, with fans discussing the latest episodes of programs like Tyler Perry Sisters and The Oval as they head toward their winter hiatuses. Holiday performance opens. The National Center for African American Artists, NCAA, in Boston is opening its run of Black Nativity by Langston Hughes today. This distinctive musical production celebrating the African American experience of the Nativity is a major cultural event. And also, WizKid documentary premiere trailer, a major headline in the upcoming HBO original music documentary WizKid, Long Live Lagos, which is scheduled to air on HBO and HBO Max on December 11th. The documentary covers the rise of the Nigerian singer-songwriter and Grammy Award winner WizKid, detailing his journey to global stardom. The trailer release is generating significant buzz in anticipation of its premiere. On to our celebrity gossip, the RHOP reunion rumors. The cast of The Real Housewives of Potomac is generating buzz as reports circulate about the upcoming season reunion taping, which typically happens off air but generates leaks anyway. So, rumor, the ongoing gossip centers on strained relationship between Giselle Bryant and Candace Dillard-Bassett, which insiders claiming their confrontation during the reunion was particularly intense and may lead to a major shakeup in the cast lineup for next season. NFL wives and girlfriends drama. The relationship drama involving Kayla Nicole, who is the ex-fiance of Travis Kelce, and her recent comments about dating team owners instead of players is still trending heavily. The comments have sparked widespread debate on social media, with many fans and other wags or wives and girlfriends of sports figures weighing in on whether her comments were an empowering career move or a class-based insult to professional athletes. Expect the discussion to continue dominating Twitter and lifestyle blogs throughout today. All right, on to our celebrity birthdays today. We have Paula Patton turns 50, and Little Richard would have been 93 today. Frankie Beverly turns 79. Comedian Cat Williams turns 54, and Shy Glizzy turns 33. On to our lifestyle segment. Our soul food recipe today is peach cobbler. Some people like it warm. I like it cold with some a la mode. Best peach cobbler ever. And a beverage to pair it with would be hot chocolate with cinnamon. All right, on to our men's health tip today is end the week with cardio to boost heart health. So get that gym time in, fellas, but also remember, you're getting closer to the end of the month, which is going to be the end of the year. Schedule those annual checkups. And on to women's health tip, prioritize your sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours to restore energy. Oh my goodness, 7 to 8 hours. I envy people who can sleep that long. Household chore of the day, wipe down all doorknobs and light switches to reduce germs, and also spray with Lysol. All right, on to relationship advice for couples. Reflect on the week together, celebrate the wins, and set weekend intentions. In friendships, plan a Friday hangout or call to reconnect. And family, kick off a family game or movie night to bond before the weekend. And our last segment of the day is, of course, our horoscopes. And as always, we start with Aries. You feel a strong pull between staying comfortable and chasing a new, exciting horizon. Conversations or messages will confirm that the truth you seek lies outside of your usual routine. Don't let arguments derail your focus on big picture goals. Your lucky numbers today are 3, 24, and 60, and your lucky stone is red jasper, which is used for grounding and courage. Taurus. The focus is on security, both financial and emotional. Today, this is your day for honest self assessment regarding what truly supports your worth versus what you cling out to onto out of habit. A small acknowledgement of what you need to release will bring immense peace. So your lucky numbers today, Taurus, are 13, 22, and 45. And your lucky stone is green jade. It's for stability and prosperity. Gemini, your mind is sharp and highly active today, making communication fluid and fast. However, exercise caution. Avoid speaking too quickly or reacting defensively in heated moments. Your long term vision is clear, so protect it by choosing your words wisely. Your lucky numbers today are 6, 20, and 87, and your lucky stone is citrine for mental clarity and optimism. Cancer, you are offered a gentle shift that brings comfort and emotional relief after a stressful period. Look for small changes in your daily routine that can ease stress, like pausing for a true break. Deep, authentic conversations will strengthen key relationships. Your lucky numbers today are 4, 27, and 55, and your lucky stone is moonstone for emotional balance and intuition. Leo, this is your day for bold action. Don't wait for conditions to be perfect to make your move. Your potential is ready, and it requires courage to step forward. Be ready to volunteer your expertise at work, but ensure your confidence is backed by preparation. Your lucky numbers today are 1, 4, and 33, and your lucky stone is carnelian for energy and creative action. Virgo, consistency and kindness are your most powerful tools today. Lead by doing, not just directing. Pay attention to how you treat yourself. Self compassion is key to your mental peace. Signifying complex tasks will prove far more effective than forcing a perfect outcome. Your numbers for today are 5, 25, and 77, and your lucky stone is the sapphire for focus and inner wisdom. Libra, you are being asked to welcome ease without guilt. You don't have to exhaust yourself to deserve rest or peace. Choose the path of least resistance, simplify your task, decline draining requests, and prioritize what supports your overall energy and harmony. Your lucky numbers today are 2, 40, and 61, and your lucky stone is lazuli for wisdom and peaceful communication. Scorpio, your intuition is highly sensitive today, working best when you release pressure. Avoid forcing solutions or confrontations. Financial disputes are possible, so pause before engaging in intense discussions. Respond to situations with calmness instead of sharp intensity. Your lucky numbers are 11, 26, and 56, and your lucky stone is obsidian for protection and emotional release. Sagittarius, your mind has a tendency to jump ahead, but your peace today hinges on staying fully present. Practice conscious focus in every interaction. In all you do, people feel most connected to you when you are actively listening, not planning on your next step. Your lucky numbers today are 3, 36, and 91, and your lucky stone is turquoise for positive energy and self expression. Capricorn, honesty begins with yourself. Be clear about your feelings before attempting to explain them to others. Allow your softer, more vulnerable side to show. Give yourself permission to slow down without feeling guilty about productivity. Your effectiveness is not measured by exhaustion. Your lucky numbers are 8, 34, and 44, and your lucky stone is onyx for endurance and self mastery. Aquarius, progress requires starting, not waiting for perfection. Release the need to have every detail ironed out before you take the first step. You may feel strong motivation to return to a passion project or idea you previously abandoned. Explore it now. Your lucky numbers today are 11, 28, and 45, and your lucky stone is amethyst for intuitive wisdom and calm. And last but not least, Pisces. The calm and compassionate nature you possess is a powerful tool today. You have a profound effect on someone close to you by simply being present. Trust your heart to guide you in helping others, but be sure not to absorb their energy. Your lucky numbers today are 2, 27, and 80, and your lucky stone is the bloodstone for strength and energy renewal. All right, on Monday's show is Monday, Motivational Monday, where we have empowerment stories, finance tips, and a fresh start of the week. So join us Monday for inspiration to fuel your next chapter. At this time, I would like to thank our sponsors, Bellow Burn Hot Sauce, Add Some Fire to Your Plate, RAS Herbals, Heal Natural, Live Vibrant, and Colorane Candles, where peace meets scents. All right, on to our announcements. First up is I would like to wish Dad a happy closing and moving day today. You deserve it. So go out there and sign on the dotted line with that magic pen that lasts forever. All right, on to our other announcements. Lux Radio will be having a Christmas concert on December 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here on the Lux Radio Network and also on luxradio.com. Lux Radio Network can be found on all platforms. All right. And Saturday nights are for Snatched and Savage at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Omni, Mimi, and Tito live on Lux Radio Network. They are unfiltered with absolutely no chaser. And we have Live and Learn with Gemini Goddess returning tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live right here on the Lux Radio Network, where her first guest will be myself, where I make my Live and Learn guest appearance to tell my truth in hopes of helping others. So that would be tonight at 7 p.m. We also have the Peace Podcast with Tay and Jay, two young gentlemen who talk about cars, life, and just hanging out. So watch them tonight as well at 9:30 every Friday on Lux Radio Network. So Friday's here, the weekend's calling, and it wants you on the guest list. So go shine, go play, and enjoy yourself. So until Monday morning, have a blessed weekend and stay safe, everyone. This is your girl, Mel B, saying stay fly, stay grounded, and don't let nobody dim your shine. Period.